Hey, it's your boy Jay's a Venusian, and today's video topic is going to be a story time, actually. So grab some popcorn, get cozy, get cozy, get snuggy with a blanket. We're in for a long story. So it all started 2023 when I had my vehicle and I was staying at my grandparents' house, and things weren't really working out. I was going damn near broke. I was doing Instacart. I was an Instacart shopper. So I was buying people's groceries and giving it to them at their house. And I'll make around like $150 a day. But then you gotta account gas money too. So I was spending like $30 to fill up my tank just to do it again the next day. So I was making like around $80 profit. Anyways, I went to LA with my friend prior, and we made music with friends out there, mutual friends. And I was like, yo, if this is what LA entails, I have to be out here. No matter what, I'm gonna try my best to be out here. I decide that it would be a good idea to stay in Airbnbs and try to work part-time living in LA and make music. So already that's 3 different things that I'm giving my energy to. And LA is a fucking hard city already. So that's 4 things I literally wasn't thinking, but that's 4 influences going against me. But 21-year-old me, what, didn't give a fuck about that. 20-year-old me, no. He was egotistical. He was like, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna live in LA. The first time I went there with my friends and we recorded, we up in La 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 Land. It was fun. So I'm gonna drive back there and we're gonna kick it in LA. So I'm staying in Airbnbs. For the first few months, it's fine. I'm also transitioning, so I would go from like Merced to LA, Fresno, LA, Stockton. And I was like bouncing around everywhere. There was no stability with where I was staying. And at times I would even sleep in my car. Around December of 2023, I'm still doing Instacart, right? So the time I was doing Caravan was probably around like July. The time I was moving around, bouncing from Stockton, Merced, Fresno, all the way to LA was July to December. So I'm still Instacarting, delivering groceries. I'm able to sustain myself Instacarting and just extending at Airbnbs, right? And it may have not have been wise, but to be able to get a sense of adulthood and like what it feels like to live on my own, it's what I had to do. I was transitioning from living at my grandparents, where I felt like an adult and I felt like I could do things, moving out of there and then staying in Airbnbs. I'm like, all right, let me try going to Merced, let me try going to Fresno, and I'm working my way to LA. I finally get to LA, I stay in a few Airbnbs, right? December comes and I get fired from Instacart, right? That's a whole another story time. That's a whole another story time. But I get fired and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, no. I try to appeal it so many times. They're like, no, you're done. You're off our platform. I'm like, fuck, that's gonna change literally everything. But I'm already in too deep, so I can't go back, right? Like, imagine you're 250 miles away from home and you just got fired from your job that was paying for your housing, and now you're like fucked, right? That's the position I was in. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell my dad, I didn't tell my grandparents. I was just like, all right, let me figure this shit out. Like I always do. And in the process of trying to figure shit out, I made things worse, right? So I download DoorDash and I download Uber Eats. And bro, when I say I was making like $15 fucking dollars a day, I'm not lying, dude. $15 a day driving around the entire city. Not to mention gas, bro. I put like $2 of gas in my tank, $7 of gas in my tank. I would literally I would drive my car to the store and then I would walk to deliver their orders. Like it was bad, bro. It was bad. When I tell you DoorDashing in like LA was bad. Don't even get me started. Fuck DoorDash, delete DoorDash. I don't even know if you guys seen what happened with the CEO and shit. Like how they make people that they make dashers that are desperate get lower pay because they know that the dashers are desperate. So for instance, like if you see a $5 order, since the dasher is desperate, they're gonna give them more $5 orders instead of paying them like $15. Anyways, that's a side note. Fuck DoorDash. So December kicks in. I'm like, fuck. I don't have enough for Airbnbs. I think I'm just gonna sleep in my car. I had literally all my stuff in my trunk. I had a blue blanket that I would sleep with every night. And dude, when I tell you Caravan in LA was fire, like I'm gonna show you guys later. I had it entirely mapped out because I would just drive around rich neighborhoods. I would look up houses on Zillow.
Yo, it's Jay from the future. So I'm gonna be showing you guys a few of the spots I stayed at and my thought process behind it. So when we go down to Merced over here, you see that I had porta potties listed because it was so, I think that having a bathroom, sleeping in your car, like some mornings I'll have to take a dump, some mornings I'll have to take a piss. I might have to take a piss in the middle of the night. You don't know. And I'm not gonna pee on somebody's tree in their lawn. I'm not gonna like whip out on the road. Like I have a few times. So that was in Merced, and then Fresno, I think I listed like 2 spots. I just looked them up on Zillow. I didn't really give a fuck. But let's get down to the bread and the butter, which is LA. So if it was in the mountains, that place was fucking goated. Like West Trail right here, I'm gonna give you all the top 5 spots, right? And pro tip, be right next to a bush, okay? Park your car right next to a bush. Cause look, on one side, on the passenger side, whichever way you sleep, on the passenger side, you got a bush. On the driver's side, if anybody try do some fuck shit, you see it. You see it immediately. You just whip out, pop, pop, or you pop, pop, pop. Whatever you have, whatever resources you got. If you got a hammer in your car, pop, 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 whatever. But just know you got one side of your car fully protected. So yeah, but this spot's pretty nice. Let me know what you guys think about this. I rate it an 8. So I would typically stay in like Beverly Hills because like I said, I would go to UCLA, which is in Westwood. So these bushes were really nice too. Yeah, but basically here's the map I had plotted out. So I would stay in Westwood because it was near UCLA. And we have like Santa Monica. I don't know why the map's tripping right now. We'll go near Santa Monica and then I would like kick it at the beach. And then Casiano Road had to be my favorite spot because at this spot, you can, if you go to the top of the mountain, you can literally look across and see the Getty Center, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this is the map that I used. Let's be real here. This is accumulated over like a span of 8 months, me learning areas that I like and don't like. So, but anyways, let's get back into the video.
I would look for like mansions. I did this in Fresno and Merced too. I would look for mansions, like big ass, rich ass neighborhoods, because I know no homeless people would bother me. I know like no gang banging. It was the smartest thing I could think of and the closest thing I could get to like luxury living in LA. So I would look up a bunch of mansions and shit and I would just pin it on my Apple Maps. And I made an entire guide for like all the houses that I wanted to sleep at. So it was like Tuesday, oh, I want to sleep here. Wednesday, oh, I want to sleep here. This is close to laundry. I could do laundry from my car. It's close to the laundromat, whatever. Right? And I had that shit on lock. I'm telling you, if I had a fucking job, bro, if I had stable income, this was before I knew about like how to actually make money and shit and like apps that you can use, and like this was before I was like savvy like that. But I'm telling you, if I had that knowledge and I had my car at that time, bro, I'm telling you, shit would be wild, dude. Shit would be wild. But honestly, I think everything happens for a reason, and it probably wasn't meant to be. I probably would have burnt out in LA. But I think this is so cool. Like the fact that I did that shit. I was sleeping in my car. I was in Encino, and they have a Planet Fitness out there, and that's where I would go take showers. I would obviously get a workout, not just use them for their showers. Like, I felt like discipline was so important during that time, and it taught me so much about myself, like things I wouldn't even have considered if I never experienced that. And it changed the way my brain worked. Like, I would go to the gym and work out, even if that was the only thing I did during the day, just so I could have that sense of discipline and not feel like a fucking failure sleeping in my car, right? Yeah, I was in Encino, and there was this really, it's a side note, but there was this really, really, really nice sandwich shop, and it was like a panini, and it was so fucking good. Like, that was the highlight of being out there in Encino. During the day, I would either go to UCLA, I would kick it at like a Panera Bread. There was a Panera Bread in Encino, so I wouldn't have to like drive hella far to like UCLA and then pay for gas again, because I'm making like $15 a day from fucking DoorDash and shit, right? So yeah, and then at night I would work out, shower, and then sleep in my car. And bro, when I tell you, it would rain so much, it would fucking rain so much, but when I tell you the cold air, like the cold breeze of sleeping in your car outside, it just feels so good. It's like sleeping with the window open and the entire world is your oyster. Like, there was this place where I seen the entire skyline view. I might have a video, I might be able to show you guys. I seen the entire skyline view of LA, and it was so fucking beautiful. Like, I couldn't get enough of that view. So yeah, where December, January, I'm sleeping in my car, UCLA, February, I end up like occasionally racking up enough money to get an Airbnb, but it wasn't consistent. So like January, like 1 week out of the month, I would be in an Airbnb. And then if I'm lucky, maybe it's 2 weeks out of the month, but it's sporadic. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm doing that the entire time until April. And then when April comes, I completely burn out. Like, I think it was the 17th of April, 2024. I completely burned the fuck out, right? And I don't know if it was because I wasn't eating enough and my brain literally didn't have enough energy to produce, and I started like going mad. I don't know if I wasn't getting enough sleep. I thought I was getting enough sleep, but maybe I wasn't. I don't know if it was stress and the instability of not having somewhere to stay, but I completely burned the fuck out. And that's literally another story time for you guys. I burned the fuck out. I burnt the fuck out twice now. Crazy enough, I burnt the fuck out twice now. So I'm gonna give you guys a story time for both of those. Really vulnerable, something I'm kind of insecure about. You know, something I struggle with is mental health. And I never thought that it could be me, like, struggling with that shit. Everybody, like, you really have to go through some shit to realize, like, yo, it can be you, my nigga. Like, nobody's exempt from pain on earth. Nobody's exempt from that shit. And it's really humbling. So I'm really excited to tell you guys about both of those times. Grippy sock vacation. Grippy sock vacation. So yeah, I completely burnt the fuck out. And then like, I remember burning the fuck out, calling my aunt. She let me stay at a hotel like on the 16th, April 2024. And then I drive all the way to her house. My uncle's like, yo, you're fine, you're good, you're good. Let him sleep for a little. He's like, we're gonna go work. I got a job for you, bro. I sell my car, like, I completely spaz out. I lose it, bro. I sell my car. I go off, like, it was bad because I was like literally burnt the fuck out. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna sell my car and I'm gonna go fly to Bali. Like, bro, I was gone, bro. When I tell you I was fucking gone mentally, it was, oh my, it's so embarrassing. And I still regret selling my car to this day. It was a Honda. There's another story time, bro. I got, like, I'm telling you, these past 3 years, you wouldn't believe my life because it's been fucking crazy. But you wouldn't believe how I got my car. I'm so excited to tell you guys about that story time too. But dude, it's wild. Like, the fact that I like, if I knew going to LA, being burnt out like that would have caused so much destruction, I never would have went, dude. It literally wasn't worth it. LA is like, not even to mention the spiritual aspects of it and what I was going through at the time. Like, bro, But was it worth it sleeping in my car, watching Steven Universe at night, door dashing? I feel like I could have executed it better. I feel like if I had a little bit more resources, I could have made something out of it. But maybe it just wasn't meant to be. And maybe something better was on the way. Like, if that never happened, I wouldn't be here to speak to you guys and tell you about the story and inspire you to not do fucking... I wouldn't say not to do caravan, but I would just say, like, be advised that you can burn out at any minute because you don't have stability with housing, and like too much stress like will literally fuck you over. But was it worth it? Was caravan worth it? Man, I'm gonna have to say yes. Even though I sold my car, I lost $5,700. Even though I burnt the fuck out, it was a learning experience, and it showed me what real life was, and I learned a lot about myself. I learned so much about myself, like about my patterns and my trauma and things that I wouldn't have learned without it. And I think that's what life's all about. Like, there are no checkpoints, and pain is a requirement of life. And the more that you embrace that, you can't just repeat history. Like, pain is there. Pain is literally a brick wall for you to not repeat the past, because you have to go through pain again to get to the past. So I think, even though that experience was incredibly traumatic and painful, I'm so grateful for it. I would never do it again. Never do it again. Unless I literally have like a van and I'm like fucking bricked with money and resources and support, I would probably never do that again. So yeah, that's my story time. I did mention that I'm gonna have to give you guys 4 other story times. So how I got fired from Instacart, how I got my car in the first place, getting burnt out 2 fucking times, completely burnt out, and going to grippy sock vacation. Like, I'm gonna be vulnerable with you guys, right? So yeah, I hope you're excited. I'm hella excited. And it's been your boy Jays of Venusian. I'll see you in the next video.